It's week 8 of the 2024 season. And up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Steelers and the Giants under the lights on Monday night.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here with you once again. Is this week going to be a step in the right direction for one of our teams we've got, Brock, both of whom haven't played the type of ball early in the season that they want, both coming into this one below 500.
And you and I both know we're not math majors, but we do know this. You stay below 500 in this league, well, you're going to be headed to the top of next spring's NFL draft order. We're not to that point yet, but whoever comes out short here will find themselves a whole lot closer to it.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And we're off from Acrisure. Cordarrelle Patterson now to return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. Leading them out, a man in his 13th NFL season and rising quickly up the career leaderboards, Russell Wilson.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here, he's got to play some clean ball.
Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give them 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, it would really break the backs of the defense.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And he's brought down for a loss. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to...
His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Andrew Phillips. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So the turnover, Brock, is in turn turned over after pass interference on that play. First down, here's Russ. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with it.
And oh, he got it! Interception! Jason Pinnock picks it. And the Giants get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
Hey, it's very easy for me to use all these psychological cliches, Kate, right? You got to flush it. You got to play one play at a time. You got to flush last week's 5-interception performance. But the reality is you got to be in the moment. You can't even be thinking about last week. You got to think about every play, guard that ball with everything you got, and most importantly, help your team find a W.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Elandon Roberts coming over for the hit. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on third. Here's Tracy once more. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And Brock, they are not off to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake. Typically, one will follow.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Play action, it's Wilson. He's got time. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, he puts a sack on the board.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Ross off the play fake. Throwing deep for the end zone. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Wilson on the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Ross is cooking again. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And, oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Man in motion here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over possession. The carry by Harris here to start the drive. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Staying on the ground with Harris. He's contained at the line for no gain. Drew Phillips making the tackle. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Russ now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
Corliss Waitman out there again to punt this away. Adoree Jackson back deep for the Giants. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt goes 63 yards. And it'll be Giants football. From the gun, it's Tracy. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Steelers offense headed out. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Caught by Freiermuth. And he gets him around 6 there. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Cut near the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Trying to run in, Harris. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal. Harris will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes...
And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers go up 6-0 here in the first. Mike Williams, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. 7-0 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Bronk. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, we haven't seen... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
Downfield. Offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still first down.
So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Throwing his lock. He's got Bellinger. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Matten stopped by Alex Highsmith. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Locke. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Steelers, down Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The give to Patterson out of the shotgun. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Bobby Okereke making that stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Wilson now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He's going to push one deep down the right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Running it after the penalty. He's got a gain of 6 there. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Gets them 6 yards and back on the positive side of things. It's now 2nd and 9. Lock to throw it. He's got him. That's Tracy. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Giants will have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 from the 41. To throw, here's Locke. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. A handoff to Tracy. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Connects with Slayton. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Give them about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
He's got it on the bootleg. He brings it in. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because he threw it in double coverage, and you may question the decision.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Giants start to fight back with their first points of this game. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Cano's point after is good. And the Giants tie this game 7-7. Cano ready to send this away. Patterson now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First down throw from Wilson. That's caught in stride by Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 42. Gets this one to Cordero Patterson. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running behind center with Harris. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jason Pinnock there on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Russ looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. And it's the Steelers. In a nice spot, 2nd and inches.
At the 31-yard line.
From the 31. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Freiermuth there to bring it in. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
Throwing again. Here's Wilson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Wilson to throw again. Complete beyond the marker. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Russ is cooking again. Got a man. Patterson has it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
A 29-yard attempt.
Dicker connects there. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackle made by the special teams ace, Miles Killebrew. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, over 400 yards passing with 3 touchdown passes as well. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jalen Naylor, a touchdown catch in the victory. The Steelers got a solid performance in that first half from their veteran QB, Russell Wilson. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break.
Boswell on to send this away. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So to begin the third quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Cuts right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Looking for the back that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Locke looking to throw. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 36. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that. A guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
Taken in by Bellinger. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All set up now for 1st and 10. A give right side to Tracy. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Running back, motioning right. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Has it in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down.
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Giants take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants take a 4-point lead. Gano ready to send this away. Patterson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On play action now, Wilson. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the first. And the Giants going nickel. 3rd down coming. Wilson now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they make the tackle at the 38. And that's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going right side, Harris with it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Drew Phillips making the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Harris once more. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
It's caught. Warren. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. He's got Bellinger. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They go right back to Tracy. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Dumps it off to his running back. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. This is Tracy. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Throwing the out route complete. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
2 yards on the play. And the Giants 1st down.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Giants with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Trying the right side with Tracy. And he's going to be bottled up after taking it down to the 43. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the 43. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Giants will have a first down. Here's Tracy. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And it's 3rd down now. Back now, pressure on its way. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
On the return, here comes Austin. And this drive will start inside the 25. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll start with a give to Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. Completed here to Pickens. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Russ now from the gun. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 5 men in the secondary for the G-men now ahead of 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. And he has it near the sideline and near the marker. But they're going to say he's out of bounds. Nearly a big play on 3rd, but now 4th down. The Steelers set to punt it. Corliss Waitman will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the fair catch made here at the 15. No return on that punt. And the Giants are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. The Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll have it up across the 20 on a decent pickup there. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Running this with Tracy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Play action on 1st down. He fires one deep down the middle. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw, here's Locke. Connects with Slayton. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 3rd down.
Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. 3rd and long for him here. He has the first over the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. He'll throw it yet again. Catch is made in close. And that's a New York touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants drive their lead to 11.
Steelers 13.
Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here comes Austin. Their offense running back out now. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Giants and Drew Lock ready to go again on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from them? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
This finds Bellinger. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. Big gap up the middle. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing his lock. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Giants nearing their 2nd win of the campaign. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that extends their lead to 14.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Patterson now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Steelers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. 1st down, here's Russ. Trying to push it deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. 1st down from the red zone. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness.
And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
And the Giants' hands team secures the football. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Ooh, had to have that onside kick. Got 1 timeout, but not much time left. This one kind of feels like it's over.
Not a whole lot they can do, but you can't give up. Not a time to look at the clock. You got that 1 timeout. You got to do all you can and really hope and pray this offense fumbles the snap or screws it up here in the final minutes.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from Pittsburgh.